What's going on, guys? Tyler here from Vant Trading with a trade of the day. This video is going to be packed with a lot of lessons, but I want to focus on one, and it was my gold trade today. It was a very good trade. It ended up being around a 3-to-1 trade. My mentees took it, but they bagged out. And I want to explain why I stayed in, why they bagged out, and why this was a very good lesson on patience, right? And so let's hop on into the charts and we'll talk about it. So with gold this morning, what I was looking at was starting on the daily is we were at this very, very strong area of support. And if buyers were to come into play, this is where they need to step in, because if they give up this 1810, then gold's going pretty far down back into the 1700s, right? Low 1700s. So this area here was a pretty strong zone, pretty strong area of contention, and we are now approaching this area. And so looking at the 2-hour chart, 2-hour chart was showing a lot of support at 1810, where we had some support found as well. And so as far as formulating my bias, I wanted to see some type of retracement from yesterday's move. Basically, I want to see, like, all right, let's see if we can get a 50% retracement. Now, I wasn't looking for that entire 50% retracement, but I wanted to just grab some longs based off of that idea. And as we were finding support at 1810, I was keeping a close eye on market structure, because if you take a look at how market structure was forming, we were creating these lower lows and these lower highs here. And now we started to shift to market structure. We've had this now higher low put in. We're basing here in this 1813 area. And we also had a lot of exhaustion here at this 1814. So what we're doing is we're forming somewhat of a little inverted head and shoulders. And I wanted to really catch this off of a break and retest and continuation based off of this change in market structure. And so on the 30-minute, let's replay it. After it was breaking through this area of resistance, a lot of exhaustion, you could tell that this was a level that had a lot of indecision, and buyers and sellers were battling. And so now that we're seeing buyers break through, you could tell that there's more buyers in the market, and we could start getting a little bit of a squeeze to the upside to fill some of this move. And basically, I was just looking for a move up to fill this previous wick here back in 1822, 1823 area. And so after I had said, okay, what I'm looking at is we're creating these higher lows. VWAP's now sloping up and is being respected. And we're breaking through this previous area of exhaustion to the upside. And so what I'm going to do is look for a long back in this range, or I guess a pull back into this range, and then a long from there to fill this move. And so after I had said, okay, 30 minutes confirming, let's hop on down to like the 15, 10, 5-minute and see if we can get any type of retracement. And so I was looking for a move back down into this 1814, potentially VWAP, because we were getting pretty extended off the 5-minute. You can see that the 5-minute's been having a nice rally out of the zone. Buyers are stepping in after we broke through this descending trend line. And so as price started coming back down into the range here, I was looking for buy entries. And as we closed bullish here against VWAP, I was really using VWAP as support because it's where we've been finding support all morning. And so we found support of VWAP. This next candlestick closed bullish. That's where I got in. At 750, 755, after that 5-minute close bullish, I was looking for, okay, something similar as we're wedging, not really wedging, but we're channeling down into this retest point. And so a higher time frames tell me that I want to get going. So I took a long there, and then I wanted to see, okay, my stops are going to be as we start breaking market structure, right? So I know where I entered, but where's my stop loss? My stop loss is, okay, if we start breaking through this higher low, the trade's invalidated. It doesn't make sense anymore, not doing what I thought it would. So we're going to have the stop below this low, take profit to fill this move here, and we're just going to let it go. And so after I got in the 5-minute, I was like, I really want to see the 15 and 30-minute confirm that this is an area of support. and I got in at 7:55, so I really only had 5 minutes left for that to play out. And if you look at the 30-minute, closed nice bullish engulfing with a wick to the downside, found support at this previous area of rejection. And I said, all right, we should be good to go now. But keep in mind that this was only 7:30, so I guess I had gotten in at 7:50. Okay, so this was 7:30, now 8 o'clock. And volume's just starting to get in. But if you had noticed and you've been trading for a little bit and been analyzing your trades, that the moves haven't really been happening at least till 9 o'clock. So I knew that I was going to be sitting in this for a while. And that comes from analyzing my trades, right? And knowing my plan. And so I got in this trade knowing that it might take a little bit, given that we have a lot of accumulation going on right now from this big drop, pretty heavy support, and it's only 8 o'clock. And so I might have to sit in this for an hour at least. And so I let this trade go. And as you started seeing price come back into this range, this whole area where you started seeing a lot of wicks, a lot of rejections in here, this consolidation, people got nervous. They didn't think it was going to go up anymore, and they were very impulsive in their decision, being like, okay, I'm just going to get out. I don't want to be in this anymore. They're letting emotions take control, and they're not following their strict plan that they had set in place. And so, if you're setting your stop loss at this low, you're doing yourself a disservice, because you're most likely, if it comes down, going to get stopped. You got to give yourself some room and a couple pips below, so that, it doesn't come down, retest that area, and then keep going higher. Because if it comes down and retests, it's not broken, right? It's just a retest of that higher low, and it still isn't broken. So for me, although it wasn't fun to sit in this consolidation, I was being very patient, let my trade play out. And I said, okay, look, this is what I'm going to do. You don't know where price is going to go. You don't know if it's going to go up, go down, consolidate. You're just playing off of probabilities and off of your trading edge. And so with this, I was like, you know what? Price is still respecting my trade idea and hasn't broken the low. And although it's not going up yet, it's just accumulating, potentially getting ready to go up into the 9 o'clock, 9:30 session, which is when it usually go ups. If you've been analyzing data, that 9 o'clock, 9:30 is when you usually get that continuation with your plays. And so as they're all getting out and making impulsive trades or placing the wrong stop loss, again, you have to make sure that your stop loss and take profit makes sense. I sat on my hands, watched this thing chop around a little longer, still was respecting my my trade idea, and off it went, right? And then just continued on higher and ended up being a fantastic play. And guess what time it went? 9:30, right? Let me pause this. It went at 9:30, exactly what I said. So that's why it's important to analyze your data, know your plan, trade your plan, and be patient, because patience pays in trading. And so, with all of that being said, this ended up being around a nice 3-to-1 trade. Yes, I had to sit in it for about 2 hours, but that's just the type of market we're in right now. If you get in a little early, you're going to have to sit in for a little bit, but overall structure remains the same. And it ended up being being a very good play and filling this move right here. So, you should have learned a lot from this video as far as how to analyze structure, where to place your stops, having the right stop, being patient in your being patient in your trades, and just how to formulate an analysis, just kind of sit back and relax, and how to analyze data as it comes. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, leave a comment below in the video. If you're in my mentorship group, hop on over and ask me. You can feel free to ask me any questions in that group. And if you're not, come check us out, vanttradingforex.com. And I want to leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you next time.